Hello, everyone. It was good seeing you this past Tuesday. What I'm going to be presenting you with this screencast is information on our next unit of study, which is family. At our last session, we ended with a brief American family quiz, as well as I think what is important here with this next unit of study, an essential question: what exactly is a family in America today? What makes up a family? When we think of the word family, what exactly does that word mean, family? So I'm going to give you information regarding that. There's going to be a lot of terms that I'm going to discuss with you. I ask that you review these terms. I might be throwing some questions into Google Classroom next time we meet Tuesday regarding this information I'm about to present to you on the topic of family. And to start us off, looking at this next unit of study regarding family, is this question. Why is it so difficult to define family in America today? The Census Bureau has their definition of what family is. Certain religious groups have their definition of what family is. Other groups, social groups, might define family another way. But sociologically, for sociologists, you got a peek at this before. Family is a group of people that is related by marriage, blood, or adoption. Family is a group of people that is related by marriage, blood, or adoption. So that's how a sociologist sociologically would define the term family. And there's also this other idea here: of all the social institutions, family has the greatest impact on the individual. And we say why? Because when we think about it, when we're born into a family. And those are the situations, the people that teach us how to socialize. And it's not until we go to school that we learn to socialize even more, which has the second greatest impact on an individual in terms of learning how to socialize. So family definitely has a significant impact on how a person socializes. The question is, are they given those opportunities to socialize? And we'll talk more about that. We'll talk more about the different functions of a family, which definitely has the socialization part built into it. Now, what you're seeing here are two sides or examples of family: family of procreation, which is established upon marriage when two people decide to marry, and family of orientation, family that we were born into. We were born into a family, or given a last name, or given a first name, or given at least initially, a socioeconomic status. So there are two differences here when it comes to family: family of procreation and family of orientation. And I'm sure you've heard of these terms before. A nuclear family is a family structure composed of one or both parents and children. An extended family is two or more adult generations of the same family whose members share economic resources in a common household, where you could have a young child, a parent or parents, and grandparents living in the same house, sharing economic resources. That's an example of an extended family. Maybe you are part of an extended family, or you might be just part of a nuclear family. These are two examples, basic types of families. Now, in addition to that information, choosing a mate, there are certain terms that we look at here sociologically. The first one's exogamy, which is the practice of marrying outside of one's own group. What's associated with that is a term called incest taboo, which is a norm forbidding marriage between close relatives. It's not legal to marry a son or daughter, a brother or sister, a mother or father, a niece or nephew, or an aunt or uncle. In 29 states, marriage to a first cousin is prohibited, which means that yes, in 21 states, you can marry your first cousin. Eleanor Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt were first cousins. What we also have here in terms of choosing, I'll give all the information here. Choosing a mate is the term endogamy, which is marriage within one's own group as required by social norms. In the US, for example, norms that require partners to be of the same race. And my question, of course, to you today, is this always the case in society? Is it always the case in society today that we marry or we ask or require people of the same race to marry? Have we moved away from that? Another example, when we think of the term endogamy, is marriage of people of the same age group. Is that a requirement today, still in our society today? Do we still require people of the relatively of the same age group to marry? What we also have here is the term homogamy, which is almost the direct opposite to endogamy. It is the opposite, which is the tendency to marry someone similar to oneself. And what we have here, examples are Catholics are supposed to marry Catholics, and members of the same social class are supposed to get married. Again, what we have here in choosing a mate is we have the term endogamy, which is the social requirement being the key word here, and the term homogamy, which is the tendency to marry someone similar to oneself, and you see the two examples there. And the last term that we have here is heterogamy, which is the marriage between people with differing social characteristics. And when you think of different social characteristics, we could think of age, race, social class, ethnicity. Those are all examples of social characteristics. What we have here as well is a quote that I always put up. Success in marriage is not so much finding the right person as it is being the right person. Someone also told me years ago that you marry the person for who they are. You don't try to change the person. You accept who that person is when you decide to marry that individual. And the last thing that I have here for you is the term marriage. Marriage is the legal union based on mutual rights and obligations. When I mean legal, is that you have to have some type of marriage license. In New Jersey today, you can get married the same day. All you need to do is go to the town hall with proof of your age. You have to be 18 to get married today in New Jersey, a witness. It's possible court might be in session. The judge could step out and marry the person that you wish to get married to. Okay, you could get married the same day today in New Jersey. Years ago, it used to be 72 hours. However, Las Vegas, traditionally known for getting married the same day, but your marriage is not legal until 24 hours later, because years ago, Britney Spears and Dennis Rodman decided to get married as a joke, and they filed for the divorce the next day, and that's when the city of Las Vegas passed an ordinance that your marriage is not legal until 24 hours later. So this is a term that we want to consider for marriage. Again, it's the legal union based on mutual rights and obligations. So this is mostly, as you can see, vocabulary in introducing the topic family. Please review it. Again, I might throw some questions into Google Classroom on Tuesday when we meet. We're also going to talk about the different functions of a family in relation to functionalism, as well as the conflict perspective, as well as symbolic interactionism, the other thought process or theory in regards to the study of sociology. If you have any questions for me, please reach out to me. You can email me. If not, I will see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.